Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the in-game news for FFBE, talk about what kinds of trials and things are going on, and talk about how you can kind of get ready for them, usually with an emphasis on killers and things that you can equip that are going to help your party get stronger to try and take out these trials. But this week we're going to just kind of focus a little bit differently, just because of one, how little there is to do and how easy it probably will be, but two, because one of the trials is more interested in like what units you bring rather than what killers you have. I think we'll see how that's going to go here in just a minute, but we're going to start just by kind of briefly going over the two units that are on banner. Neovision's mid and NVA Yego. They're on a step up. There's a vision card there you can get as well. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but I don't think it's super exciting. And there's of course like shops and stuff. So mid is a LB damage dealer in one form and a jumper in the other form. She suffers from all the usual problems that modern jumpers suffer from, which mainly revolves around not being able to benefit from amps, and amps are the name of the game right now. Amps and stacking modifiers and things like that. So since she can't benefit from them in her shift form, and she has a really good earth amp in her base form, that's mainly for her LB and not for her jumps. So kind of goofy, this unit's like trying to decide what it wants to be, and it is failing at it on all fronts. So yeah, there you go. Her gear is not that special compared to other stuff we already have. And that's also, just kind of not that exciting. And then we've got Yego, who gets some upgrades, gets an SLB. Its SLB does some damage and does all ailments, and enemies are like never weak to ailments. So it's like kind of like, whatever. What is cool is that Yego does have the breaker tag. So Yego can wear things like Earthbreaker, Darkbreaker, Numbing Thunderbird, things like that. So Earthbreaker could actually be a potentially good ability to slap on, since Yego mainly focuses on doing earth damage, if I remember correctly. But that's pretty cool. And yeah, Landslide Whip. There you go, earth damage. Doesn't really do a whole lot else. And there you go. So what kind of stuff are we going to be dealing with that's going to help you, that they can maybe help you with this week if you pull for it in mid or Yego? Well, let's take a look. So first and foremost, we have a story event, which is cool because we don't usually get a lot of these lately. And this is a story event about mid. So that's kind of cool. And it's your opportunity to try her out if you don't plan on pulling her, or if you do, like this is kind of like your opportunity to let her technically probably shine. So try her out. There you go. Get the help of mid and Yego and other memorable characters to clear the event. The other part of this event is the daily quest, Guardian of the Crystal Deposit. Now, the question is this a beast? Is this a dragon? We don't really know, but you're going to complete it daily to get Esper Ore, which is awesome. And anytime they have ever used this enemy's sprite, this little like Brachiosaur sprite, it's always been a dragon. So I assume it's going to be a dragon, but we don't know for sure. The wiki does not have this information on it as of the time this video is being recorded. So I don't really know, but I'm going to assume it's a dragon. But since it's a daily quest, I also don't think it's going to be that difficult. So I'm not too worried about getting ready for killers for it. Beast, dragon, whatever. And we don't really know what's coming in the story event either. So it could be a whole lot of randomness or a whole lot of whatever. And I don't want to focus on getting ready for random things. I'd rather get focused on what else is coming. And that is the crown fights for Vlad. So what we know from the wiki is that this solitary emperor is Vlad's Silver Crown battles against Levnato of the Alpha Star. It's a human enemy. It resists dark at 120%. So to me, that kind of screams you're not taking Vlad with you on this trial, but instead the weaknesses are earth and wind, which is Yego and Mid's thing. So probably bringing them. Worth noting, in here it says exclusive to select units, and if you scroll down a little bit, it says only FFBE series units can be used in this event. So I'm not 100% sure what that means. Does that mean only like season 2? Does that mean only like just units with the FFBE series tag? Like that could be anything. But if it is, and you can bring, stuff like Bulwark or stuff like Paladin Sylvie who does earth stuff, or Tsukiko who does earth stuff, you know, you could probably blow this up really, really easily. So it really just kind of depends on what you have access to. But if you are stuck with like old series units, not the new ones, well, we have to play with it a little bit. And that's where we're going to try and have some fun on stream on Friday, because this event starts on Friday, not on Thursday like normal. And there you go. So let's talk a little bit about what Vlad gets when he gets upgraded. If you go into his upgrades here, it says that his main ability, Soul Replication, eventually just gives him 2,000 magic and increases the damage of certain abilities. And then he also automatically has 150% magic true double hand, or magic when equipped with a rod. So that's cool. He just gets a bigger magic stat. And then his Alpha Star's True Identity. It boosts the physical and magic damage against humans, fills his LB gauge by 300 every turn, changes his LB effects, and boosts equipment and magic by 100% when equipped with a two-handed weapon. And it also upgrades his Brave Shift limit burst, Behold the Power of Solitude. So he's going to be getting a Dark Imperil field in one of those, which is kind of nice. And he'll be the big Dark Imperil field. And that's kind of nice. The other things he gets upgraded for, his Darkra is going up to +3, so a 40x modifier on it. He's getting Warring Spirit, Magic 500, new killers, and then a bunch of ability upgrades for all his little things that you've probably never used before. I never have. I've never used him in a single fight. Mine was EX2, and he was level 6 tonight on stream. We upgraded him just to get him ready for this, to get his crowns and have some fun with it. So I'm going to be doing that, and we'll play with it. Now, a human enemy, right? Since it's a human enemy, we know it's a human enemy. We can go ahead and get ready for humans. And we've done humans a lot. So humans not that difficult to do these days. You know, you could get the Cross Aigayan arm. You get the Mask of Ashura. You could get the Thorn Mace or the True Murasame. Muramaza. Maneater Sense from Scorn of Ymir we did just like 2 weeks ago. Maneater Sense from Dark Dragon, which is a little harder, but still not really. But of course, the really, really big one is just using your Star Quartz to make Guy, or to purchase Guy and make a bunch of his STMR for his belt, which is really, really good. 75% Maneater plus, good stuff. Like, so there's lots of ways you can get Human Killer. This is the most common killer. I'm not too worried about trying to do a trial tonight. To try and show you how to do that. But like I said, it's more important, I think, to focus on the units, since we are limited to FFBE units for the Vlad fights. You know, depending on what units that means, you might have like a bunch of options, and you might have like no options at all. We'll just have to find out on Friday. And like I said, the maintenance is on Friday. It's on Thursday night rather than on Friday. So instead of streaming on Thursday night, I'm going to be streaming on Friday night. We'll do the story event. We'll do the Vlad fights. We'll have some fun with the upgrading Yego and stuff like that. And that'll be kind of cool. Otherwise, I would say this is kind of a boring week if you're not planning on pulling for mid, or if you're not planning on pulling for Yego. If you've already got a bunch of Yego, you know, you don't need to pull for Yego. Just kind of depends on what you want. Do have a new vision card. This is their vision card. Mid's vision card is attack 130, killers versus birds, killers versus demons, killers versus dragons. Kind of boring, you know. There have been times where I've used these killer cards, but very seldom, and I feel like your stats kind of suffer as a result of it. But you know, they're there. The Malboro on there is kind of cool. But here's the new vision card, Wind Across the Heavens. It's got mid on it. Boosts attack by 80% and jump damage by 100%. Both of those stats are kind of like whatever stats. It's really easy to cap attack. It's really easy to cap jump damage. Boost equipment attack by 100 when dual wielding or single wielding or two-handed wielding, which is like really, really bad. Why is this not 200%? I don't understand. And then Ruler of the Tempest is just attack 500 for FFBE units. I feel like there's so many better cards than this one. If you didn't have any cards with 500 attack on them, or 500 bonus attack on them, then cool. But there are just so many better cards than this one, and I don't recommend going just for the card. If you're going for mid, you might as well get the card. But if you're not going for mid at all, why are you bothering getting that vision card? Unless you just don't have any other ones. But you know, I'm good. I don't have the Lapis for it right now, and I'm not purchasing that one. But there you go. So like I said, there's not a whole lot to get ready for. Humans for sure. Possibly dragons. Whatever's in the story event. Not that much we got to really worry about. And I'm not even going to bother doing a clear tonight. Because tonight on stream we had a lot of fun doing other stuff like going through old limit bursts and looking at characters that had just kind of unique or interesting visual displays for their limit bursts and stuff like that. Had a little jaunt down nostalgia lane. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, definitely come out on Friday this week, not Thursday, and we'll do that over on Twitch, 9 o'clock Central Time, and we'll have some fun with it. Maybe we'll mess around with Yego. Maybe we'll have some fun trying to get the Vlad crowns and see if we can actually use Vlad for something for once. That could be fun. But until then, take care of each other, be good, and we'll see you on Friday. Hopefully maintenance isn't delayed anymore than it is, and it's not too long for us, but you know, it could happen. It could happen. We'll see. Hopefully this is not a mid-tier event. See you later.